let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me. In this video, we're going to talk about my VIS racing hood that I have on my 2019 STI. I get a lot of questions about this hood, so if I link this video for you to watch, please don't be offended. It's just easier for me just to link a video for you to watch instead of trying to type everything out on an instant message or a DM. So here we go. Let's get into this. Okay, so before we get into this, we're going to talk about some of the things that I don't like and some of the issues that I've had with this hood over the past 3 years of ownership. Okay, so when it comes to fitment, I would rate this hood at about a 6.5 out of 10. This hood does not fit perfectly, so if you have any fitment issues, don't be surprised. I think a lot of carbon fiber hoods is very hard to find one that fits perfectly, and this is definitely not one of them. So let me just show you the fitment issues that I've had with it. One, if I were to push this down, as you can see, it's a little bit sunken in right here. Does not fit all the way up. I've tried to adjust a little rubber stopper right here. It is all the way up right now, but still, I've had that issue. It does not sit flush, it sits kind of in. So for one, let's take a look at the gap. There's a little bit more here than I would like towards the front of the car, but back here, it's really not that bad. It fits a little bit flush. It's about maybe a 0.5 millimeter too low, but overall, the passenger side is just fine for me. Okay, so let's take a look at the driver's side. It's almost laughable just how much of a fender gap there is in the hood, although the hood's not all the way down. I can almost stick my whole finger in there. I don't have big fat fingers, but you know, if you have smaller fingers, you probably could. Now, also at the top, it is sunken in at the top about 4 millimeters or so, but 3 or 4, say, to be safe. Not all that noticeable, but still, it's something that you will notice as an owner. If you're OCD or anything, it might drive you nuts. So overall, big gap on the passenger side. I have tried to adjust the hood left and right to see if I can even out the gap. There just isn't much adjustability at all built into this hood to even out the fender gap on each side. Just the way it is. So we're going to take a look at Paul's VIS racing hood on his full bolt-on E85 WRX. We're going to do a full feature on his car sometime in the future. But as you can see, he doesn't have the fitment issues that I have. Actually, his hood fits actually a lot better than mine. So there's going to be variances in fitment from unit to unit. So we're going to talk about why I got this hood over the other hoods that are out in the market. You got Cybon, you got Wrx, you got Marsh Composites, which I really wanted. I'm not sure about any other brands that are out there when it comes to carbon fiber hoods, but one of the reasons why I got this one over the other ones, now I had this hood on my WRX. Now I'm going to tell you later on how long I've had this hood and how many miles are on it later on in the video, but one, it had a bigger hood scoop. I also like the design of the vents just a little bit better, and also on the back it also has vents for heat extraction. But the most important part, and the main reason why I got this hood over the other hoods that are on the market, mainly over Cybon, was because of, let me lift up this hood and I'll show you. So this right here was the main reason why I got this hood over the Cybon in particular, is one, it already has provisions for you to reuse your top mount intercooler shroud. There are already holes pre-drilled. You just drill them out a little bigger, it takes 2 seconds, and you can reuse your pop clips, and boom, there you go. So when I got this hood, I was running the Process West top mount intercooler on my WRX, and I just wanted to maintain intercooler efficiency by reusing the top mount intercooler shroud. Now, if you don't, air is simply going to go around the intercooler instead of going through, which is how an intercooler works if you want to maintain or cool your intake charge. So there you go. All right, so this is another reason why I got this hood over the Cybon, is that it comes with removable rain guards. If you live in a rainy environment, I do, this is very important to me especially, so you don't get water all over or inside of your engine bay. Only takes a few seconds. You just have 4 Allen screws. Boom, you take those out, put this in, screw it back in, and you're good to go, ready to drive in the rain. Okay, so another thing to note, let's go ahead and close this so you guys can see the actual hood. Now, when it comes to weight savings, don't expect any weight savings at all when it comes to this over the factory hood. This weighs about the same from judging from what I can tell. Now this, at the end of the day, this is just a fiberglass hood with carbon fiber laid on top of it. So don't just get one for weight savings alone. If you're looking for weight savings, look into the Marsh Composites carbon fiber hood. Also, just for added safety, I did add these hood latches onto the hood. These were a pain trying to get these in there, but at the end of the day, you know, there's just more peace of mind knowing that this hood is not going to fly up on you when you're going a little bit over the speed limit. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Let's do this! So with that said, if I were to do it all over again, I would not get this hood, and I'll tell you why. One of the reasons being is because I run a front mount intercooler and not a top mount intercooler. See, this big hood scoop right here is basically useless to me because all it does is create a high pressure zone in the engine bay, reducing the overall efficiency of your cooling system. Now, one alternative that you can get, I'm trying to talk fast because my battery is running out, is the Marsh Composites hood. You guys have heard me talk about that one. Also, you can get the carbon fiber hood from Wrx, which is an arm and a leg and takes 6 months to get to you. Also, another thing that you can do, if you do run the stock hood, you can get the hood scoop delete or hood scoop block off plate. Another thing that you can get, there's a company called Race Louvers, where basically what you do is cut out the hood scoop, and they do have vents that you can put in place of the factory hood scoop, and also some vents along the side. And I think I'll put a screenshot of their website right about here. But those are some alternatives that I would get over this hood if I were to do it all over again. Okay, so another question I get is how come you haven't paint matched your carbon fiber hood yet? Well, that was the original plan, was to paint match it World Rally Blue and leave the vents exposed, also the back heat extraction vent. Well, you know what? I just didn't want to spend the money on it at the time because I also would want to get it PPF'd, and that's just an added cost to the whole paint matching thing. But also, if you look at the hood, this hood has 55,000-ish miles on it, and there isn't a visible rock chip on it. I don't know what kind of epoxy or clear coat they use on this, but it has held the test of time. 55,000 miles, you can't see any blemishes on it from rock chips. So in closing, that's my experience with the VIS carbon fiber hood. If I were to do it all over again, like I said earlier, I would get a more performance-oriented hood. Now, if you are still running a top mount intercooler or you're just looking for hot boy points, definitely a hood I can recommend. If you are interested in this hood, I'll put a link in the description below, or you can just contact the guys at the My Garage. I'm pretty sure they can get one shipped to your door. But anyways, that is it. Hope this video helped you guys out, and thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Peace out, guys.